So, you've just uploaded an awesome video you created to YouTube. YouTube then offers you a choice of frames from your videos to serve as a preview image, but you don't like any of these generic freeze frame images. But now you're thinking, as long as my video is good, the thumbnail doesn't matter, right? Well, think again. Hey guys, Brent Howland here, and in today's video, I'll be giving you guys the 7 tips on how to properly nail your thumbnails. Your thumbnail is the first thing potential viewers are going to see when they're browsing through your YouTube. It is typically the first impression of your video. These small, clickable static images either grab their attention or lets them scroll on by. You need something that makes your target audience think, I have to watch this. So tip number 1. Research the thumbnail. There's about a gazillion videos on YouTube, so regardless of your video is about, there's a high probability that someone has uploaded something similar. There's probably a ton of tutorials on how to drink water, so how unique can your video actually be? Type your video title in the search bar on YouTube, check out the thumbnails of the videos that pop up. This not only gives you an idea of your thumbnail should look like, it also shows you what you're up against. Remember, you're trying to have the most clickable thumbnail. You want to create something similar to those which you've seen, but with additional spice. You. Adding your touch is the only way to stand out. Tip number 2. Show your face. Most thumbnails comprise of an image as well as text. The image could be a picture of an object like a makeup box or a camera or any other work tool. Depends on what your channel is about. Or it could simply be a picture of yourself. The major problem with using a picture of an object is that objects do not convey emotions. This is the reason most YouTubers prefer to have their pictures in their thumbnails. Having a picture of yourself expressing an emotion that you felt at one point or other during the filming of your video pulls in viewers. Emotions are universal and relatable. They're human and real. Seeing a picture conveying sadness, happiness, surprise, fear, anger, or even disgust is more likely to draw the viewer's interest. So take a few pictures while shooting for the sole purpose of using them as one of your thumbnails. Yeah, I said take a few pictures. You don't want to take just 1 or 2 and realize later on that you're out of focus, blurry, or just don't like how you look in them. Make sure you have options. Try different facial expressions. I promise it'll be fun. Hi, if you're enjoying this video so far, please consider hitting the thumbs up button below so more people like you will find this video on YouTube. Tip number 3, the importance of text. Adding text to your thumbnail gives your target audience a clear idea of what your video is about. It gives you viewers a context. A simple image, no matter how beautiful, isn't going to communicate that your video is a brilliant tutorial that'll solve one of your viewers' most pressing problems. Staring at just a picture of me smiling wouldn't give you a hint that I'll be talking about thumbnails except you're psychic or something. It's a different story when I've got a text on the thumbnail as well. Capture the core idea of your video into a compelling title that'll grab your target audience. Keep it simple, the fewer words the better. If you create a series, the text headings in the thumbnail could be numbered, much like a TV show with numbered episodes and seasons. Numbered YouTube thumbnails will help your viewers keep track of the content they are consuming. Plus, it prompts them to look for more. Tip number 4. Be honest. Make sure you say it as it is, so your audience gets the content they are expecting. Clickbaiting users to viewing your videos by misleading them with thumbnails and headlines will hurt your brand and reputation. It doesn't end there. YouTube will stop showing your videos in search results if your bounce rates are too high. The thumbnail is meant to give context, so providing an image that doesn't depict that in the video will harm you rather than benefit you. Tip number 5, the font. Do not make use of fancy fonts, no matter how tempting. In this case, looks truly aren't everything. Fancy fonts sure look great, but they can be hard to read. Make sure to use of bold and easy to read fonts that viewers will see clearly even while casually scrolling through YouTube on their mobile device. According to YouTube, 70% of total watch time on YouTube happens on mobile devices. That's good enough reason to keep mobile viewers in mind when creating your thumbnail. Tip number 6. Graphics. The purpose of graphical elements in thumbnails is to draw that potential viewer's attention to things, most likely to entice them to click. This could be using an arrow to point at a specific thing in your thumbnail by circling it or even putting a box around it. The same thing applies to colors. They pull people's attention to a specific thing in your thumbnail as well. Speaking of colors, always make sure that your text contrasts nicely with your background for better usability. Tip number 7, test your thumbnails. You could design multiple thumbnails and run them by your family and friends to help them pick the catchiest one. If you've been using a particular design or style of thumbnails over time and it isn't really pulling in that many viewers, it might be a time to be flexible and mix it up. Rotate through different types of thumbnails and study their effects. Note the thumbnails that attract the highest number of clicks to figure out what works best for you. Having an effective thumbnail is way more important than having a thumbnail that looks like the rest of your thumbnails. It doesn't matter how pretty it is. If it's not effective, then it's working against you and not for you. So make sure whatever you're doing is effective. Fun fact, it's not too late to change the thumbnail of videos already on your YouTube account. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up so more people like you can come and see and learn from this video on YouTube. Kindly hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.